Hello, hello, everyone. How are you? I see Muttnuts is in the house. Oh, I'm so sorry you're not feeling very good today. Please do take care of yourself first, because that is the utmost importance for me. Hello, Courtney. How are you? Welcome to Dip in Time. I am Rhonda, and we are going to do a dip in review of my the Woodland Winter's Tale from Diamond Art Studio UK. Hello, Marla. How are you? So I kind of want to go through what this kit is first, and then we can get into looking at the canvas once it's completed. So I have not done an advent calendar. This is my first one. And this is my first one from Diamond Art Studio UK as an image by itself. They come with a sticker sheet. They are pre-cut, so you can take them off. I tend not to use the stickers, not yet. I'm working my way up to it. This is a UK company, and all their art is licensed, and they don't use any AI in their canvases. So this one is from Oronoco. It is, where's the size on it? I don't see the size on there. It is, looking at the canvas, it is a 45 by 20. It is a mystery canvas. A mystery canvas means that you don't see what the image is first. However, this is more like a cross-stitch conversion to a diamond painting. So there's no symbols on the canvas. None whatsoever. Hello, Marla. How are you? So what do I mean by there's no drills on it and no symbols? Let me bring up a screen. This was day one of this canvas. As you can see, it is a white canvas, has lines on it, and in actuality, underneath this strip of washi tape is another row, another column. Okay. And I did that, which I'm really glad I did. And I'll explain that in a minute. So it is literally a blank canvas. What else comes in this kit? So we have the sticker sheet. We had the drills. I did not pull the drills out, but you'll see them on the canvas. And it came in a box. Inside this box, it had the instructions. It talks about each envelope contains a chart. And on the canvas, it has day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And then you select the door or the frame, peel that off, and you take out the pattern from the envelope, and it's sealed, and you follow it. So what I did is, here's day 1. Hello, Crafting with Mary. How are you? So when you open up the day, let me bring my camera up a bit. There we go. When you open up the envelope, you will get a section that corresponds to your canvas and you follow it along. So that's where it's like a cross stitch conversion to a diamond painting. So you get the blank canvas and then you have to follow it. So it's kind of like, for me, it's like counted cross stitch. It's like, okay, I need this drill, and I go 1, 2, over, 1, 2, over. What I found challenging was I was getting confused if this was the first one or if that was the first one on the canvas. What I end up doing is I end up leaving the strips as my marker where I was. So you can sort of see a pattern, but you don't know what colors, you don't know exactly what it is. And you have 25 of these, one for each day. Now, usually it's like 24, sometimes you get 12. This one had 25. So there is literally 25 envelopes. And they're all sealed, and they all have days on them. They also come with a small label or schematic that corresponds with the label sheet. So you could keep this with you if that helped you put it beside the sheet. Now, if you may or may not remember, I did a boo-boo. I'm trying to remember which day it was. One of these I ripped to shreds. Why would I do that? Because I wasn't thinking, oh, this is one, it's much heavier. I was trying to take a picture of it over top and then taking it away, but I actually stuck it to the canvas and it peeled off. And then I lost a section. However, the one thing that's really great with this kit is because it is a cross-stitch conversion, and they say it's a chart to art, which means you can download the digital file of your canvas in sheets, and I could print it off. So this is this. Thank goodness, because I would not have known what to put in there. Some just say the canvas is really sticky. So once you purchase it, you can download the file. You can't download them before. But it was really interesting to actually open up each one of these and take a look at them. So let's grab these. Let's move this. And let's look at the canvas. It is very sparkly. So each section was about yay big. Okay. Where's day one? So here's day one, and this is the actual size of the section that you're working on. So the border is already printed on here, and I covered it up when I worked on it. But then I left it so then I could remember where I was. So this one is mistletoe. And it was really interesting to watch it come to life and try and guess what it was. I even had my husband coming over going, he's like, I'm like, what do you think this is? Oh, I think that's part of this. So if you take that That's how many we had. So it was 5 by 5. So we had mistletoes. We had some other types of mistletoe. We have snowflake. And each piece of it was emerging as I was working on it. And I could not wait to see what would come next. So these are squares. And you'll notice most advent calendars, I don't think I know of any one of them that comes as a round. They come as squares to cover the back of it. What's unique with this, and what's unique with this is the fact that I lost my train of thought. That says, I've seen someone do this one and it comes so cute. It does, doesn't it? I had no idea. I like mystery canvases, but I like to know what I'm getting myself into in terms of the theme. That's what it was. The unique thing about this one is this was created specifically and especially for Diamond Art Studio this year, which was 2024. And it's one picture. Usually, advent calendars are individual pictures, maybe of the same theme, but they're individual pictures. So it could be a tree, and you're doing different sections of the tree. Here is a snow globe. Here is a light. Here is an animal. They're different. This one, they specifically designed it to emerge a picture. So it's more like a mystery canvas. And sorry guys, I really don't want a picture that has a variety of pictures that are not cohesive. I didn't want it. However, this one, look at all the animals. Look at all the animals. And look, Dipper's related to this one. It's an ermine. And it even has mushrooms. It had mushrooms. It has snow falling down. There's stars. It has my squirrel. It has like a porcupine. It was so interesting because some of them, like this one, I had no idea. No idea what this was. Because remember, that's all that it looked like. And you had no idea. I'm like, is that supposed to be an animal? Is that like a sheep? Like, I was trying to figure these out. And I'm like, I don't think so. It doesn't look quite right. It's missing a head. And I'm like, well, there's a head. I'm like, no, it's a different color. So it was interesting to see what would come out as you're working on it. I'm like, wow. And then I'm like, oh, we have a tree. We have a tree. And then I got over to this section and I'm like, okay, I have an animal that has antlers. And that's all I saw. And I'm like, what kind of animal could that be? Because remember, I still had another 2 rows to go and I had no idea. And then I'd get over to here and then I'm like, oh, I have a squirrel. And because it went from top left to top right, you went this way. And I followed the instructions, but I loved how these animals, so like this one here, It has ABs for parts of the wings. Oh, there's a dipper hair. And the owl. Right, Marla? It's so clear and gorgeously rendered. Like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm expecting. And then as it was coming out, I'm like, actually, I can figure out that they're animals. Like, look at the mouse. The mouse has a tail and the little eyes. And if I bring him up, you can see his front paws. And the bird. There's another bird. It was really interesting to work on this. And then we had the tree. I was stoked when I saw, oh, Linda, hello. I was stoked to see the creatures that came up. And then you have like a badger. And look how they rendered them. There's the fox. And these are like dark reds. And there's some ABs in there to accent portion of the body, the tip of the tail. There's the paw around the branch. Even the tree has accents to it. It's not just one color. When I'm looking at this, like in this section here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different drill colors in there. And, you know, like look at the little badger. You can see the eye and the white part. So I'm working on this. So it's like one section here, another section. And I'm like, is it a skunk? Like, what is it? So I quite enjoyed this one. Like, look, little mushrooms. The rabbit had me guessing. I had no idea. Because I got this portion done, but then I had no idea what the bottom portion was. And it definitely is a soft lint canvas. It is perforated and scalloped. It is definitely a thicker type of canvas. The deer has like little white spots on them. So overall, I was really quite pleased with this canvas. Like how they had the snowflake at the top. And it's actually quite clear considering it is small, but you have the details to it. Now, have you guys tried Diamond Art Studio? Like I said, this is my first one. That's one of these. Now, I know from me, like there's not much glue on the side there, which is good. The glue was really quite sticky. And I found sometimes when I placed my drills down, I had a hard time lifting them up and repositioning them. But at first glance, it looks pretty good. But I went back down and I got this and I was like, ooh, that actually is pretty. It's just so, right, Melinda? It is a very sweet little painting. It's got like the glow around the tree. So the waiting time wasn't bad. What they did do is they did do a pre-order by a certain date. So they could just place all of the orders and only have a few remaining, which made total sense. Like even like the leaves have like the little accents to it. And they did tell us who the artist was. And they gave some descriptions in terms of it is a British woodland, lots of blues. And at first I'm like, lots of blues in woodland. How is that possible? However, I can understand all the blues. So it's definitely different than what I thought. Because I was thinking woodland, I was thinking like forest, and I was thinking more of a forest scene. So lots of greens, and you'd look and there'd be like snow. And I imagine like it'd be like little animals and maybe a couple of trees with lights on them. This was not what I was expecting. However, I think they did a fabulous job on this. And for any of the chart to art, what they do is they do ask that we give a disclaimer and not to share the full pictures when we're working on it. You can put them in the comments. There's actually a separate private Facebook page for any of the chart to art. So they do have a number of them. I thought the drills were actually quite good. I mean, I haven't rolled this one up. I've actually had it laying flat since Christmas. And I've had put stuff on top of it, like other paintings on top of it. But it's still really good. Like I can fold this and you can see that they're not popping off, which is nice. So you'll notice like down in here, some of them aren't straight, which for me, I had to learn to let go. And that's where I was like, no, it needs to be straight. But it's okay. I mean, if I don't point it out to you, you don't even notice. So I'm not sure if Diamond Art Studio is going to be doing a similar canvas like this for 2025, where it is one image versus multiple images. I'd be curious. One of the suggestions I did mention to them was I explained to them how I took my paper and I went down like this, and then I tried to rip it off and it ripped the whole thing. And I was like, you know what would be really cool is if you could make these release papers and then I could stick it like this and then I could match it up. And if it is release paper, when I'm done the next section, I can lift this one up and put the one next to it. I mean, you can't do it on the same one because you can't see through it. But what if you could take your paper, open this section up, open the next section, and put that day there to work on it. And then when I go to day 2, well, that's day 3, Rhonda. I go to day 2, I can take this one off. I open up day 2 and I put it over day 3. So then I can match it up. Now that's the way I found worked for me, simply because I have never done a cross stitch conversion. Never. And as you guys may or may not know, I like doing things like all or nothing. So I was like, yeah, we'll do one whole image. We'll do like sections. We will count it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm thinking. What helped though was because this was that section, it actually started here. So this first row around each one is actually printed here. But what I was finding frustrating was I was having challenges counting and keeping them straight, if that makes any sense. Because I'd get them in, like this part wasn't too bad, but once I got into down here, it was like, is that the first one? And then do I go 1, 2, 3, or do I go 1, 2? I was getting confused. So what I ended up doing was around each of the sections where it was already printed on the canvas, I left it blank. And I only filled this piece in. Then I went back and I filled this piece in and I filled that piece in. I left this one and this one, so I had a reference for my next one. And then I would fill in that, then that, and I'd go to the next one. Have you guys done a counted cross stitch conversion or a cross stitch conversion? Like I know people do them and they have like iPads. I don't have an iPad. And I have a hard time going up, down, up. I'm like, I just want to do a little section. But yeah, it was really interesting to see each one of these. So if I were to go like so, it kind of gives you an idea of what is coming. You don't really know what colors until you get there. So that was the first row here. So you can sort of see it, but when you're looking at it, it's just darker versus lighter. So that's where, like I said, I left that border line because these two would actually line up and it would look like that on the canvas. So think of this as a mirror image. Where the pattern is white, and where it's white is the symbols on the canvas. So I'd actually have an empty row here so I could remember how far over I was. Oh, Crafting with Mary, I'm getting ready to start a temperature chart, which is a conversion. Ooh. Where did you get that one from? That will be interesting. Yeah. Yes, I'd be interested to know like how others do this and they keep track of where they are. Because I mean, for example, and I'm going to bring you down. Do this so you guys don't get overly nauseous. But when you're looking at it, you have like this symbol, it's all the same all the way across. So if you've done all of these ones and you're starting on this one, how do you remember which row you're on and which column you're on. That's where I was having my challenges. And that's where that's what kind of why I put the paper down. And then I went, Rhonda, it's not a release paper. So that's where, because I end up going, okay, I need to stop. Okay, here I am. Okay, which one has a thing here that's different that I can go back and I can count to make sure I've got it right. Right, so if I match these up, you can see where my challenge was. So in this case, I think I would have much preferred confetti than color blocking, because then I could have at least gone, okay, here's the pattern. This is where I am. And I also know that each person's different. And I hadn't done one of these before. So it was, let's figure this out. Crafting with Mary says, I bought 2 different charts on Etsy and bought the blank canvases from Head. Now I have to pick my colors and temp ranges. Ooh. Oh, that is cool. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to watch you do it. And I will say that I am so glad I had, I'm so glad that I was actually sharing the daily progress on this, because it helped me keep going and going, okay, just this one little section. Okay, next little section. Melinda says, I don't think I have quite a grasp of what a temperature chart is. So a temperature chart, think of, we'll break it down to a week. Okay, so each day of the week, so you have 7 days, you identify what the temperature is. Then you have a range. So you could say, based on your area, we'll use mine for example, look at it as 0. We're doing in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So make note of that. But for me, it would be 0 and below is 1 color. 0 to 10 is another color. 11 to 20 would be another color. 21 to 30 would be another color. And, you know, for me, that would be probably enough. Maybe 31 to 40. And then you keep track. So on your day, you would put in that color according to what the temperature is. So it'll be interesting to see how your temperature colors change. Marla says, it's like cross stitch. I had to mark my 10s at the top. Yep. Right? I was like, I don't know where I am. I'm like, could you put like little numbers on the side? Maybe that will help me put like little numbers. I don't need 2 legends. I just need 1. So crafting with Mary, I will probably do about 3 degrees for my splits. Right. So depending, and it depends on the, I'm just going to move you guys back up. It depends on what your averages for that year is. So I know Craft Pack Canada, they have a temperature kit for diamond painting. And depending on where you're located and what your temperature ranges are, you'll get the corresponding number of drills you need for such. Yes, it's on my to-do list of what I want to try. but I need to get through some other things first. So does that make sense? Does that help? Right, so for example, this could be two temperatures. The light blue, the darker blue. And you would just fill in those days. So you'd literally have a square for the month. It's kind of like a calendar. So you have like January, February, March, April, May, all the way through December. And then it actually changes the colors. So it's kind of like a temperature blanket. People crochet them, they knit them. Some people actually do them as coloring. So you can get graph paper. Do I have some? I do. Look at that. You can do like graph paper. Get some markers out and say, you know, okay, below freezing, let's make it really dark blue. So because I'm in Texas and in the summer, we have multiple days of over 100 in a row. I could see a lot of color blocking going on. So my question, would you track them in a journal and then say at the end of the week, put them all down? Or would you do them each day? What are you planning on doing, Mary? Like I could go like this. So those are two different blues. Are they? No, they're not. Call me out. I like picking random colors, so let's go. I'll throw yellow in there and I'll throw pink in there. So then depending, oh, you have a floral pattern. And the other one is 12 shells with potion bottles. Ew. So each flower is a month with petals, and the leaves in the other is 12 shelves with as many days of bottles on each shelf. Oh, that's going to be so cool. I might need you to share with me. So I could say that these are my colors. And I could say, okay, March 1st was this color. March 4th was that color. And then it rose really warm. And then it went back cold. And build your own little pattern. Again, it's something I want to try. I want to do. However, I need to get some of the other stuff done first. So you can see how you will have color blocking in there. Because if you're, so in Texas, you could have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it, you know, it dips down. And then it goes back up. So it's a visual of the temperatures. Yeah. Right? Yes, Melinda. I have some graph paper. I can do a color one to see how it goes. Oh, yes, Mary. Mary says she's doing videos on it once I get it all ready and start. Yeah. Are you going to link where you got the items to? Just curious minds want to know. If I were to do one, I think I would do it by week and just take notes each day. Yeah. My initial thought was do it every day, but then I could see where I would forget and then have to catch up. And I'd have to make sure I don't forget to write the temperatures down. So, you know, it could even be like in your day timer or in your calendar. Like in your phone, where's my phone? hiding. Like if I were to go into my phone, and let's go 2025, let's go 2027, right? I could go in, add, and say 22. And just do it there. Really? So Crafting with Mary says she's going to share with us. Yay, thank you. And I probably would do weekly or maybe even monthly. There's a site where you can find past temperatures. My one chart came with pages to write them all down. Ooh. Okay, I need to know, Mary. I might need to do this with you. Hey, can we do like okay, my brain's just asking a question now. What about we do a temperature year-long event? Who would be interested in that? Because if we do it like weekly or monthly and share what we have, then that still gives us time to work on other things. Just curiosity. Because now I definitely need to go find other temperature templates. Because if they come in flowers, sign me up. LOL. I will help you for sure. Well, please do. Oh my God, that will be so much fun. It'll be really interesting too. Because we're all in different locations. And even if we do live near each other, they will not all be the same. That would be fascinating. Yeah, that would definitely be fascinating. Because I know there's times where we actually are, our temperature here, remind you, we're in Celsius. We've had 38 degrees Celsius. Right? Yes, and everyone can pick their own colors too. I think that would be so cool. And it could, and it doesn't just have to be diamond painting. I mean, if someone's doing, yeah, none of them will look the same. You could take a screenshot each day, right? Yes. Okay, I love this idea. That's all because of Mary. Because there are people that do like blankets and diamond painting, cross stitch. I think that would be so cool. Because even if you did miss days, you could go back and search it up. Okay. Now I have another project. That's okay. That's okay. Where are you going to get, so you got a blank canvas and you got them from HAED, H-A-E-D. Are you going to do any special drills? Oh, really? You've seen charts that are butterflies and seen a dragon too. There's lots out there. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go search. Yeah, heaven and earth designs. Okay, perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so I'm saying perfect. My husband will be like, Rhonda, never mind. It's all fun. Yes, I'm planning on doing lots of specials. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I don't want to take over what you are working on, but I would love to chat and maybe share ideas for other people that are wanting to join. When are you going to start? Yeah, I know I'm full of questions, and I should just bring Mary in here. Maybe we can do that next week and do like a planning of how would you do a temperature painting? Because I'm really curious about specials too. Because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you could use blocks if it is like 4, or you could do slivers. You could do a starburst on those really, really hot days. Mary's laughing at me. I just have to pick my colors. Just trying to finish up a couple other things. So hopefully next week. Ooh, okay. We definitely need to follow Mary. So Mary, definitely put your link in the chat. Because we all want to follow you. That is going to be so cool. Oh, thank you, Mary. I will share any and all of my info. Because could you imagine having like crystals and then ABs and dust and glow in the dark? Ooh. I don't know how to link. Oh no. Well, that's okay. You know what? I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to go grab it. No, I know I have you. Where are you? There she is. Nope. I just scrolled past her. Where'd she go? There she is. Nope. I want that one. There you go. The only thing is you have to have square drills to cover the white background. So no sparklers. Bummed about that, but lots of other specials out there. What if you used, oh, what's the name of it? That powder. The powder. Or the other thing I learned is some people use like baking powder. You just need white. Just do a little bit of baking powder. Or yes, mica powder. Thank you. You could use mica powder if you want to go that route. Eyeshadow, bold eyeshadows. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, raccoon eyes. Hello, hello. Yes, eyeshadow. I'm like, why did I not think of that? Because I wasn't thinking that. So, everybody go follow Crafting with Mary. She does some really cool things. She also does blinging. There was one canvas I did, The Witch's Hour by Captured by Radiance, and Mary had the same one, but she blinged it up. So you gotta go check that out. So yeah, I definitely want to go take a look at temperature patterns. And you know what? I'm gonna grab this back. I'm gonna write that down. Temp patterns. diamond paint. I think that would be cool, because you could also use it with your spare drills. Like if you have spare drills and you have special drills, you could mix those all together. And you say they come in different colors. Okie dokie, Mary, you got another subscriber. Yay! Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, my whole brain is going, this could be so interesting. Because I know where we live, 2 weeks ago, we had snow and we were down to minus 28 Celsius. And then 2 days later, we were at 3 degrees. So you could see how those colors would change. I'm trying to see if I can message you the pic of my charts so you can share real quick what they look like complete. Are you going to message me through Messenger? Because I'll just keep an eye out for it. Yeah, because now I'm going to be on a squirrel hunt. You can see me just going on a squirrel hunt. Refresh. Oh, there we go. Oh, those are cool. Okay, let me bring that over here. What was that? Bring it in here. Go back. And I'm going to share. So this is the flower one you were talking about. Oh, that is so cool. And it has the date on the bottom. Interesting. You can see how it changes, transitions, and then it goes back into more of the purples. And then this one is your, oh my goodness, look at that. Now, can I zoom in? No. But each of those bottles. So part of me wants to go, I want to do the bottles, but I also know that's a big bite for me. And I think the flowers are a little more in my zone, if that makes sense. So if you do the flowers, are you going to fill it in the back with certain colors, or are you going to leave it as white? Because this one has, it's black in the back, but that's because the picture is black. Okay, Mary, we need to know. Are the church for 1 year? Yes, to come your way. Okay, yeah, charts. Are the charts for 1 year? You can add the date and city or not. Each bottle represents a day of that month. I will probably make the back black. I saw one done black and it makes the flowers pop. I could see that. Yeah. Because if you look at those flowers, Let me find it again. Because the flowers, if you were to make the back darker and then have like special drills in there or metallics, that would be cool. Yeah, because the white actually makes it kind of blend together. It's not, there isn't as much of a contrast to it. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah. And I like the fact that you can add the date and where you're located or leave it. And I think too, you sent the black one. Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. Look at the difference in that one. Okay, let me go back here. That really does make a difference. So here's the white one with the white back, and that's the black. That really does make a difference. Even like the blue and the teal. The flowers are different shapes too. Like this one's more like a daisy. Oh, interesting. Okay, now I need to go find one that's a sunflower. Look at the difference. Yeah, I've definitely got my squirrel now. That is awesome. Okay, guys, I'm just looking at the time. Tia goes on after me. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming and taking a look at my Woodland Winter's Tale from Diamond Art Studio. That will be very interesting to do a temperature one. But I'm going to go find one that has like sunflowers and do maybe like different, the petals with different colors for the days. Yes, thank you, Mary. LOL, glad I could help with squirreling. Absolutely. That is awesome. Because now I can sit and go through my phone while I'm sitting beside my husband while he watches TV. Thank you guys so much. This has been fun. Next week, I'm going to unbox Craft Pack. It is a custom diamond painting of an image I have seen, and it is an AI picture, but it is absolutely gorgeous. So I will be unboxing this one. It has come completely sealed, came last week, and I am trying not to open it. Oh, look, it opens this way. Interesting. So that will be next week. And as a hint, I have shared this image. It is wildlife. And I am going to be doing color blocking. Hopefully not too much. So until then, let us know if you guys find images for temperature diamond painting. Let us know if you are interested in that. We are definitely going to be watching Mary. Margarita, hello, hello. How are you? And yeah, so I'm so glad that Mary mentioned it. We're definitely going to be doing that. So Until then, guys, stay safe, have fun, enjoy your crafting, and I will see you next week while I unbox my new custom diamond painting. Until then, I will see you guys. Maybe I'll see you over in Tia's. Go see Tia. Okay, bye.